Isabella Middleman, I was hoping she would make one more three. I mean, when it rains, it pours, and she was on fire at one point, but it's been cooled off at the end. And for Bard, it was just, again, the turnovers, the miscues, the fouls, just everything that went wrong in the first half also went wrong in the second half. It was basically over from the beginning. I mean, especially down 25 in the first half. Now, 24, excuse me. Now, don't get me wrong, Alex. No game is over, but this game was just a game that Ithaca controlled from the beginning of tip-off to the end. It was just an all-around dominant game from the Bombers.
Absolutely. Another statement win for the Bombers season to move them to 6-1 on the year. And next they will face the University of Rochester in their next game, and they will hope to advance to 7-1. That is all the time that we have today for the post-game show. But please stay tuned as the men's basketball team for the Bombers will take on the men's Bard Raptors game coming up shortly in just a bit over 20 minutes. This has been the Ithaca women's basketball game getting a basketball team getting another statement win, 66-46 over the Bard College Raptors. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Ithaca College Bombers athletic stream for this basketball game between the Ithaca College Bombers and the Bard College Raptors. Lucas Trefett alongside me, Jeremy Goldstein, for this Liberty League contest. Jeremy, Ithaca coming off a close loss against Vassar against the buzzer last night. What should Ithaca be looking to do to come out with the win today?
There's lots of frustration, Lucas, and I understand it because Vassar is an opponent that a lot of people expect to be toe-to-toe with the Bombers in the Liberty League standings throughout the course of the season. But just like in any other sport, when something bad happens, you got to have a short memory, and I think Coach Fareed, that's got to be his focus. And what's the best cure to a loss? It's a win the following match. So I think on the back-to-back, this is a great time to have one.
Absolutely, and let's see what adjustments Coach Waleed Fareed makes. See if Ithaca could come out with a win here at Ben Light. As the starting lineups will currently be announced. Number 4, Azriel Almodovar in the backcourt for Bard, as well as number 13, Caleb Moore, and number 14, Calvin Mader-Clark. Number 31, Sean Wilcox, and to round out the starting 5, the junior Elliot Harris.
Elliot Harris is probably the best player on this team if you look at returners from last season, and he can really stroke it from 3. And the Bombers are a good offensive unit, but what do they struggle with on defense? They give up a lot of 3 balls. Elliot Harris is going to take advantage of that, Lucas.
Yes.
We'll see how that follows suit.
And now the starting lineup for the Ithaca College Bombers. Logan Wendell, coming off of a few strong performances, gets the nod in the starting lineup. And senior graduate guard George Sekoyak III will join him in the backcourt. Senior Liam Spellman making his way out to center court for Ithaca. Zach Warwick will join him. And, of course, Luka Radovic, Jeremy, number 30.
And the Bombers, obviously, to address the elephant in the room fairly early here, missing Skylar Stein in another game. They're still waiting on his return, but you got to give credit where it's due. Zach Warwick has done a good job in his absence, filling the gap as a leader, a grad student. He's been here before. He knows how to run this offense. And they really haven't gotten up to the start they've wanted to the season. Lots of close losses, but don't take away from Warwick's performance. He has been good.
Yeah, Coach Wally Free also turning to guard Noah Downing to fill in the minutes left by Simon. So see what his rotations will look like against the Bard College Raptors. We're just about set and ready to tip off here in Ben Light in this Liberty League back-to-back. As Bard has broken their huddle and Ithaca will now take the court. Players saying the greetings to each other, and we are about to get underway here in Ben Light.
Look out for Bard to come out hot. They're going to want to shoot the ball and shoot it early in the shot clock. Ithaca's defense has to respect the long-range shot for Bard. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, Jeremy, Bard, a team that wants to get out and run, averaging 80 points a game on the year. So let's see what the Bombers do to stop their offensive game plan here. Ref will throw the ball up, and will be out of bounds to start the game to Ithaca. Will begin possession, Warwick inbounding. And the ref will, a little bit of a delay here, and the ref will hand the ball to Warwick into Sikoriak, and the game begins. Sikoriak taking it up the court, passing it over, not yet. Sikoriak now over to Warwick, guarded by Caleb Moore, over to Liam Spellman. Guarded by Elliot Harris in the corner to Sikoriak. Sikoriak looking for some offense over to Wendell, top of the key. Wendell will shake and bake, finds Sikoriak for the layup. Great start here for the Bombers.
And Lucas, that's the respect Logan Wendell gets when he drives to the basket. He gets a double team. Good job by Warwick to flash open and get the deuce.
Caleb Moore now looking to start the offense game plan here for Bard. Loud chance of defense here in Ben Light. Will be Sean Wilcox. We'll find more. We have a foul. It will be looks like it's going
It's going to be on Wendell.
It'll be on Wendell here.
And Wendell took a hard fall. I think his head might have hit the floor here.
Oh, not a good sight here for Logan Wendell and the Bombers, as he is still in agony on the floor. Hope he's all right.
You hope he's okay. And Coach Fareed here is complaining about an offensive foul here. He thinks the ball handler kind of hit him on the side-to-side swipe.
Certainly could have gone that direction, and Wendell is still down in agony, just hoping he's okay.
Wendell's been one of the beneficiaries of these offensive opportunities. Assistant coach Matt Smith going to help him up here.
He's now up and on his feet, making his way to the bench, and hope he can return here today. Big piece of this Bomber game plan offensively, and Aiden Holmes will get the early nod in for Logan Wendell.
And look at that, Batty's trust. Aiden Holmes, not a typical big-time rotation player, especially last year, has gotten some more looks this season. But Aiden Holmes getting a real opportunity here, especially depending on how Wendell's feeling, to play some big minutes. We'll see if he can respond to the call.
Holmes, another guy that Coach Wally III trusts in absence of Sign and Jeremy.
Again, that's how deep this guard position is, especially offensively. They're going to rely on Holmes to play some solid defense, so that's going to be the important part of this game.
And the game's set to resume here with Kayla Moore inbounding, and here comes Azriel Almodovar up the court for Bard.
Almodovar, another good shooter.
Now looking to create some offense, going middle, guarded by Sikoria, out to the three-point line. That is Elliot Harris for 3. Get the scoring started for Bard, Jeremy.
What did I say? Elliot Harris is going to look to shoot early in the shot clock and early and often connects one from the left wing there. Bard playing some full court press. They got a little over-aggressive. They committed the foul.
A little overzealous there. If they go to inbound following that foul will be Spellman, and 3-2 in favor of Bard in the first minute. Spellman, wow, finds a wide open Radovic. Nobody got back for Bard. An easy bucket, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. It's acceptable to play defense like that, but you got to account for your man.
Spellman will tip it out of bounds. Great defensive awareness there. Bard inbounding on the side.
Yeah, again, I talked about this in the women's game. Bard not necessarily known for their program being a top-tier Division III athletics program, but their men's team has really gotten better over the last couple of seasons. They were able to notch a few Liberty League wins together last year, trying to get an upset win in the first weekend of Liberty League play.
Almodovar now over to Sean Wilcox. Wilcox will find Elliot Harris in the corner. Harris up top. That will be a 3-ball way off for Kayla Moore, and Aiden Holmes will clear for Ithaca.
That's an open look, though. You don't want to let that happen next time.
Holmes spinning will find Spellman, and Spellman looks to be running point guard duties right now. Sikoriak in the corner will pull up for a 3-ball. That one is good. George Sikoriak. Ithaca takes the lead.
One of the many grad students on this team, Lucas, a confident stroke from Sikoriak. Ithaca goes up 4.
Yes, Elliot Harris will find Kayla Moore in the corner, wide open. That just can't happen, but he airballs here, Jeremy. Bombers going up the court. Aiden Holmes, head up, eyes wide open, will get stripped. Great defense by Bard. Almodovar looking to create offense, cannot get that floater to go in transition. Holmes will clear. And the Bombers a little bit sloppy here from both teams as Spellman gets the ball out of the pack. Warwick to Radovic. Radovic pull up 3 is good. Luka Radovic extends the Bomber lead.
Yeah, Luka Radovic is going to take this team as far as it can go. If his three-point shooting is on par, they could be an unstoppable force.
Here comes Bard down the other way, and Sikoriak applying intense pressure on the perimeter to Elliot Harris. Now he will find that is a brick from the 3. Liam Spellman rebounds over to Warwick. Bomber up the court. Now Sikoriak left side. Sikoriak driving middle. Great take by George Sikoriak. Cannot get that layup to go. Almodovar clears for Bard. And poked away. Jeremy, these teams just cannot seem to hang on to the ball early.
Lucas, I think this pace, obviously both teams like to play quick, but it's a little too fast to really get anything set. Bard's missed a couple of open looks as well. I think it's in the Raptors' best interest to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, now it is Sikoriak in the corner, guarded by Kayla Moore, up top to Warwick. Warwick playing catch with Sikoriak, now Radovic low post. Radovic turning, what a move by Radovic, can't get it to go. That will be Caleb Martin Clark clearing for Bard. Calvin Mark Clark, excuse me. Spinning on Spellman. Great defense there. Fight for the rebound. Radovic and is fouled.
And I like that because by Radovic kind of spinning and using his pivot foot there, he's showing that Maynard Clark is harassing him there off the rebound and creating another Bard foul. And here comes a mass substitution.
Bard averaging 42 rebounds on the year. And big substitution here for Bard. It appears all 5 players, 4 or 5 starters will be replaced.
And Farrell.
George Sikoriak comes in gives it back to Spellman, and Bombers go up the court. Aiden Holmes wide open for 3 is good. Aiden Holmes making an impact early.
Confidence. Aiden Holmes pulls up on the break. Really sweet stroke.
And now the Bombers will get a steal. It is Warwick. Wide open run out. Warwick will miss the layup and miss the bunny. Holmes nice hustle to get it back. Sikoriak inside to Radovic. Layup. Bombers get the 2 points. Great energy early from Ithaca.
Big time. I mean, Bard is playing too fast for their own good. They're off balance. They're losing the ball. They can't create the right passes to set up easy looks.
You said it best, Jeremy.
And Ithaca's running the break well. I know Warwick missed that layup there, but really good job by Sikoriak to save the play, and Radovic down low. Offensively is hard to beat.
Yeah, you can tell Coach Wally-Free telling his guys, get after the ball, get after the defensive glass early. That's exactly what they're doing here.
And it's interesting to see what Bard's going to go over in this timeout, because Ithaca, again, they're not the strongest defensive team statistically this year. And I think what Bard's trying to do is they're trying to not allow them to get set. Well, I think if you're Bard, you have to let Ithaca beat you. I think slowing down again, I know I've said it a couple of times already, is in their best interest here, because clearly when the game is fast, Ithaca's dominating.
Yeah, Ithaca certainly likes to play an up-tempo pace, as Coach Wally-Free has expressed throughout the course of this early season. And game set to resume here in Ben Light. Bard to inbound. It will be Heston Tucker on the inbound. Tucker looking, gets it into Greg Farrow, and back to Tucker, and we resume play here. Going up the court, all the way to the cup, and will finish right there. Nice take, Jeremy.
I like that. We've seen a lot of jump shots so far. Heston Tucker goes to the left block for 2.
Yeah, Bart still looks in that press, almost a backcourt on Holmes, no call. Liam Spellman now in the corner, driving baseline. Great pass up top to Holmes, wide open for 3, way off, but got the foul call. And you like to see that pass from Liam Spellman there.
Yeah, and that's a silly foul by Heston Tucker. He makes the good shot on the offensive end, but then on the closeout, makes contact with Holmes. That shot was inerrant. I don't think that really affected the play. So Holmes going to the line with a chance for 3, and I think it will take the points with the clock stop.
Actually, Jeremy, there appears like he will not get the free throws here. Interesting. I thought he was fouled on the 3.
They both did.
Look like it. Instead, it'll be a Bomber side out.
Look at Coach Fareed, I think, was with us, too. He was a little confused as well.
And it'll be Sikoriak now up top, guarded by Corey Dennis. Sikoriak drives left, right past Dennis. Great move. Sikoriak can't get it to go. Will be rewarded for his toughness with 2 free throws.
Sikoriak, known for his baseline activity, but catches the ball at the top of the arc there and beats his man one-on-one, and his elusiveness helps draw contact. He'll go to the line for 2.
Sikoriak playing a big role earlier this season, especially in the absence of Simon. Ithaca leading. Your score is 14-5 in favor of the home team, Ithaca Bombers. Just under 16 minutes to go in the first half.
And looking at the Bomber bench, Wendell sitting down there. Looks like he might be able to come in. He's not really being attended to anymore.
It would be great to see Logan Wendell return to the game after suffering an apparent injury, head injury, neck injury on the first play. So Sikoriak will line up for his second free throw and goes through his routine. Shot is up and no good. Rowan Hines clears for Bard. Holmes, great pressure on the ball here, and it appears to be a mid-range jump shot. Is good. A little bit of a breakdown there, Jeremy.
A good pull-up by Greg Farrell. He used his open space to create 2.
Warwick now looking. Spellman will take it up the court. Ithaca having a little bit of trouble with this Bard press, and Warwick will find Sikoriak right side. Sikoriak driving middle once again. Great pass to the corner. Aiden Holmes for 3. That's no good. Sikoriak diving on the floor. What hustle from both teams, and the Bombers will turn it over.
Again, playing a little too fast for their own good there. Really great job of the offensive glass, especially by Sikoriak going after that long rebound. He's very useful in that regard, but again, pass a little too hectic for Spellman cross court.
And now inbound, Caleb Moore up the court for Bard. Will find Heston Tucker, guarded by Sikoriak. And now the Bard Raptors will reset. Caleb Moore calling out a play. Back to Greg Farrow. Farrow will find Heston Tucker again. Kumora right side. Up top, Ithaca defense holding strong here, Jeremy. We'll get it in the middle. Radovic guarding. And a travel call. What defense there from the Bombers?
Yeah, and again, when you're standing stature in the paint and you're moving your pivot constantly with lots of indecisiveness, it's going to make it obvious that you've been in the paint for 3 seconds.
And some substitutions here from the home team. Andrew Geschichter, Tristan Wennerston entering the game. Zach Warwick and Liam Spellman will get their first break. Bard still in that press. Geschichter will turn it over, and it's going to be Bard's Greg Farrow earning his way to the line on an Ithaca turnover.
Yeah, that pass was telegraphed, so really great job by Farrow to convert off to capitalize off the turnover there. He'll go to the line for 2.
One way Bard can stay in this game, Jeremy, would be keep applying that press. And like I said before, Ithaca having a little bit of trouble here with it early on. Still lead 15-7. Farrow lining up for his free throws, and first one is good. Jack Stern re-entering the game. Stern had a big game last night, Jeremy, and looking to make a similar impact today.
Yes, Stern is really the defensive big this team relies on. Radovich, you can talk about it scoring all you want, but not as strong of a defender as Stern. And so when they put Jack Stern in, they rely on a lot of good defense in the interior.
And Farrow's second free throw is good. 15-9 in favor of Ithaca. Wennerson to inbound. Wennerson to Sikoriak. Bard still in that press. Wennerson back to Sikoriak. Sikoriak looking for a pass. Will find Geschichter, who has some room. Geschichter taking it up the court. Will turn it over. A little bit of that indecisiveness you were talking about there, Jeremy.
Yeah, I want Geschichter to go up with that.
And it will be Farrow taken inside. Blocked by Stern. Bard retains possession.
Such a smart defender, right? Obviously, you want to lean in and try to block the shot, but he's able to block the shot by just going straight up and denying the block. He makes the layup really hard to convert, and that's what makes Stern such a good defender. He's really good at positioning himself and going up in the right direction.
Coaches preach it every day in practice, Jeremy. Defense without fouling. That's exactly what Jack Stern just did. Greg Farrow to inbound here for Bard. Will find Calvin Marta-Clark, and will be a three. Air ball. The save is good. Moose ball. Noah Downing will retain possession for Ithaca. Now over to Geschichter. Geschichter will find Downing. Downing with some room now up the court. Downing over to Wendell, who's back in the game after his injury. Stern to Geschichter. Geschichter looking to create some offense out of the corner. Geschichter baseline. Will find Wennerson. Wennerson looking to be aggressive. Step back for three is good. Tristan Wennerson stopped on a dime, got the three.
That's confidence. Tristan Wennerson, really good athlete, but pulls back for three.
And Elliot Harris out of the corner, no good for Bard. Wennerson rebounds. And again, Jeremy, we were talking about it before. A little bit of sloppiness from Ithaca offensively.
Right. Again, it's a lot of rushing. And I think Bard, with their press defense, they're playing really tight one-on-one defense.
Yeah.
So they're trying to force passes up quickly, get the ball out of the hands, playing hot potato, if you will, Lucas. And it's hurt them a little bit. But they still are preserving a 9-point lead here. So we'll see if that can continue.
Indeed. And now it is Rowan Hines over to Elliot Harris. Up top, Moore. And now Calvin Marta-Clark inside on Stern. This time Stern will be whistled for the foul. Thought he had the block, and Bard making their way to the line.
Yeah, we talked about Stern making the good defensive play the last time around. This time he gets beat. He has to make a play from behind, and since he's trying to block the ball without being able to see the defender all the way, he got some contact.
And Jeremy, Ithaca running a Tristan Wennerson, Jack Stern front court here, and first free throw is good for Bard. 18-10 now.
Yeah, and looking at the front court, obviously we know Stern's a true big when it comes to this team, but Wennerson, he could play like a guard sometimes, but his leaping ability is uncanny at times.
And Jeremy, right on cue, as Jack Stern is right in the middle of a loose ball situation, and it appears it will stay with Bard here.
Regardless of Bard's record, Lucas, at the end of the season, you have to respect the way they compete. They play with a lot of energy. They go after loose balls. And again, sometimes they just don't put the ball in the basket enough, which is why they're on the losing end lots of times, speaking for itself. But they do compete. It's not like they put out a lackadaisical effort on a game-week basis.
Yeah, Jeremy, even being an inferior opponent, that could be made up for by just simply good hustle. So Bard certainly does that. And they will now take it inside. That is Rowan Hines, no good. Fight for the rebound, Caleb Moore will find for three up top. It is off the back of the rim for Marta-Clark, and Bomber basketball here. A little bit of a disagreement, miscommunication between Jack Stern, who has to exit the game briefly. Andrew Geschichter to inbound for Ithaca.
Geschichter, another one of those players who comes off the bench but can really shoot it from three. Noah Downing, we haven't really talked about him as well. He's one of my favorite players on this team simply because he plays like a pest. He's not your traditional, shoot and score type guy. He really can bother a lot of guards defensively regardless of their size, and he's so quick. He makes great decisions passing the basketball. So I think he's a player that's underappreciated, or a type of player that's underappreciated on a lot of teams. I think he does a lot off the bench for this squad.
Yeah, Jeremy, like you said, pass whenever the Bombers run those full court presses, Wally Fareed loves having them in those situations. Now it's Wendell will pull for a three, is good. 2 feet beyond the three-point line. Logan Wendell, Bombers up 11.
Wendell looks fine if you ask me. If it's a confident stroke, Bombers up double digits.
And Bard now has it in the court. Calvin Martin Clark inside, tipped away. Wenderston will come up with a loose ball for Ithaca, up 11 to Logan Wendell. Great pass in the corner, wide open. Tristan Wenderston, 3, short that time. Bard will clear. And coming up the court now is Almodovar over Caleb Moore. Caleb Moore attacking Wendell. Great physicality by Caleb Moore. Cut the lead to single digits.
Yeah, Bard's had more success when they're going to the basket on the one-on-one. Ithaca hasn't been able to stop either without fouling or without giving up space to get a shot off.
Bryce Bleeper, who just checked into the game, will miss his first shot attempt. And Bard had the rebound there, Almodovar, but stepped on the baseline. And some substitutions now for the visiting Bard College Raptors. That will be Akeem Ben-Cole, number 12, will be entering the game for Bard. Noah Downing to inbound. Will find, struggling to get in a little bit. Oh, nice pass to Wenderston in the middle. Wenderston out to Geschichter for 3. Back rim, Bard will clear.
Great closeout without fouling by Mater Clark.
Absolutely. And now Bard will appear like they had a 3 ball there. Now that's taking inside. Getting a foul is Greg Farrow. 2 shots coming up.
You got to respect the Raptors right now. They're really hanging in there. Obviously, they're down 9. They haven't had a lead. They haven't a lead since 3-2. But they're keeping this game within reach. They're going to the basket. They're drawing contact. And if you're Bard right now, you really can't ask for anything more with the way Ithaca's been shooting the ball from behind the arc.
And more substitutions here, as well as slight pause in the game. It will be number 31, Sean Wilcox, looks to be re-entering.
And Azrael Almodovar coming to this game. I expected more of a contribution from him at the top of the show, but he gets another crack at it here.
2 shots coming up here for Greg Farrow. First one is up and off the front rim, no good. Ithaca maintains an 8-point lead, Jeremy.
With the aggressiveness Bard's playing with, Lucas, if they want to have a chance down the stretch, free throws are going to be a big part of this.
Especially when you're playing a team such as Ithaca, you have to take advantage of every opportunity to score. And Farrow does do that on the second free throw. Geschichter to inbound for Ithaca.
So they're 3 for 6 now. Obviously, you want that to be a little bit better.
Yes, and Wendell will find Downing. Bard has been in that press all game, Jeremy. Has had a pretty good amount of success with it. Geschichter up top now, guarded closely by Farrow. A little overzealous there. Guys whistle for the foul.
Yeah, he didn't give Geschichter enough space. I respect the tight defense way beyond the arc, trying to not let him have any room to work. But when you're getting into his like circle of space, that's when you're going to get called for the foul. So want to see Farrow tone it down just a little bit.
Yeah, and not really necessary to get to Geschichter 5 feet beyond the 3-point line, but like you said, respect the intensity. Wendell now looking to create some offense. Will turn it over. Wilcox, great hustle, saves it in. Bard taking it up the court now will be Greg Farrow. Greg Farrow will find Almodovar. Almodovar and on. Wenderston gets it to go. Good finish there. And Downing will take it up now for Ithaca, who maintains the lead over to Wendell. Risky pass, almost picked off. Geschichter now has it.
Almodovar with his first bucket to cut the lead to 6.
Only a 6-point game here in the first half. Downing, right pass, wide open lane. No help defense for Bard. Noah Downing will take that all day, Jeremy.
And that's what happens. They expect Downing to pass the ball 9 times out of 10, so he gets an open look at the basket for 2.
Sean Wilcox now guarded closely by Bleeptre. Bleeptre is a pretty good defender, Jeremy. And Noah Downing, Bleeptre almost had the steal over to Almodovar. Up top will be a fake on a 3. Back to Almodovar. He will shoot the 3 short. Fight for the rebound. He will get it right back. Ithaca not clearing the glass that time. And Almodovar appears will be a block on Andrew Geschichter.
I like the confidence from Almodovar. He misses but gets a second chance and able to draw the fake on the 3, gets the defender up in the air and then creates more contact. And again, Lucas, I'll say it again, can Almodovar make use of his time at the line and create some much needed Raptor points here? We're almost midway through this first half.
Yeah, Jeremy, and after the loss to the Vassar last night, Coach Waleed Fareed emphasized we have to rebound the basketball if we want to win these games, especially the Liberty League matchups. So see if they can do that. And Almodovar will line up for his 2 free throws, looking to cut the lead. First one is up and good. 23-16 in favor of the Ithaca College Bombers. More substitutions now. Luka Radovic retaking the court for Ithaca. Andrew Geschichter to the bench. And for the Bard College Raptors, number 11, Heston Tucker will re-enter the game, as well as number 22, Corey Dennis.
Keep in mind, Ithaca doesn't play another Liberty League game after this until January the 6th, and that's on the road against 19th ranked RPI. Then they have Hobart, another tough team right after that. So again, especially after the way last night ended, you want to make sure you can grab a win here if you're the Bombers.
Yeah, take care of business at home, especially against your Liberty League opponents. This has to be a point of emphasis here. Logan Wendell inside. Luka Radovic will look to go up. No good on that shot. A little bit forced that time. Fight for the rebound. Poked around. Wennerston up top to Downing. Wendell, again, back in the game after his injury. Radovic, corner three. Got it. Corner pocket. Luka Radovic.
Radovic has done a lot of dominating with his three-point shot. He's 2 for 2 here in the first half from behind the arc.
Corey Dennis will find Farrow up top. Farrow up top to Amdovar. Amdovar guarded by Downing. Bard looking to cut a 9-point Ithaca lead down inside. Oh, that was a travel there on Akeem Bankole. Ithaca ball.
Akeem Bankole a little confused with where he wants to go with the ball there. Kind of will raise both of his feet fairly quickly there.
And Jeremy, as you mentioned, the pace of this game taking a toll on both teams from a mental perspective.
Yeah, fatigue's going to settle in.
Wennerston will have a nice shot, free throw line, mid-range, extend Ithaca lead to 11. And Noah Downing closely guarding Amdovar will find Corey Dennis up top. Now over to Farrow. Bleeptrey almost had the steal. Nice pass to the corner. That is a three ball. Is good for Corey Dennis.
Look at Corey Dennis contributing. Bard's brought in a wide variety of guys off the bench. If guys can shoot the ball, that'll be huge.
And now you have a 2-on-1. Bleeptrey inside to Radovic. Oh, great shot fake.
Man,
great patience. Luka Radovic. That's a professional move right there.
What a fake. I mean, his back is to the basket there. He really has no idea where the ball is.
And now they'll come up with a steal here, Jeremy.
They want me to get a word in there. The pace is too quick.
Yeah, it might be too quick for the announcers even, as Noah Downing inside gets it to go and one. Noah Downing rewarded for his hustle. And Downing, one of those guys we were talking about, Jeremy, as a key contributor in the absence of Simon.
And don't get me wrong, Noah Downing is going to still do what he does, pass the ball well, create turnovers on defense, but he's a good finisher under the basket as well.
And Noah Downing looking to take a huge leap in his second year as an Ithaca College Bomber. And Ithaca maintains a 12-point lead, looking to make it 13 on a Downing free throw. It's up and good. 33-20 in favor of the Bombers.
And Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe before he transferred to Ithaca, Noah Downing did play under Coach Fareed. So Coach Fareed does have that trust in Downing. He's going to get his minutes, and he's going to play to the expectations he has.
Yeah, Jeremy, it's actually kind of a nice story. Coach Waleed Fareed and Noah Downing coming together from Hartwick and continuing their legacy here at Ithaca. So good to see. Sean Wilcox has the ball up top now for Bard. We'll find Caleb Moore. Caleb Moore attacking Sokoriak out to the corner. That's Corey Dennis. Dennis inside. Wilcox almost a turnover, and Bard will maintain a little bit sloppy there. Liam Spellman retaking the court here for Ithaca.
And we've seen the offensive output from these Bombers, but something we're still waiting on is the offensive eruption of Liam Spellman. We know it's there. We know it's a possibility. But right now it's been his teammates who have done the heavy lifting. When Spellman can get going, the guy who led the Liberty League in three-point shooting last year, other teams are in trouble.
Absolutely, Jeremy. That's a whole other element to the Bomber offense waiting to be unlocked. And Bard now, Caleb Moore up top. Caleb Moore over to Heston Tucker, and a shot clock violation. Ithaca just getting into Bard's head. They can't even get a shot up, Jeremy. As Spellman will inbound for Ithaca here. 13-point lead, just 8. If you're just joining us, 8:38 to go here at Ben Light. Zach Warwick guarded closely by Caleb Moore. Zach Warwick, and that will be a backcourt. Not super careful with his footing there. A Bomber turnover.
I think wait, because there is a discussion here between both officials.
Officials having a conversation. It appeared to me, Jeremy, that like he did step over, but maybe not.
They could call a blocking foul too if the over and back was caused by some contact, and they're going to give the backcourt violation. Good call by you, Lucas.
And over and back is given. That will count as a Bomber turnover on the box score, and Bard to inbound. Will be Corey Dennis into Caleb Moore. Bard looking to cut into a 13-point deficit. 8:30 to go here at Ben Light. And loud chance of defense here. Screen up top. Caleb Moore attacking George Sokoriak. Moore lost the ball for a second, gets it back. Good defense here from the Bombers. Spellman will be guarding now up top. Bleeptrey will be guarding Heston Tucker. Tucker will lose the ball. Tucker gets it back. Looking for a shot here. 10 on the shot clock. And a defensive interception there from Spellman. Bleeptrey, corner Warwick. Radovic had a few guys open, just takes it himself. Will get blocked. Nice block there. Bard to clear. And Heston Tucker over to Moore. Moore lost the ball again, but finds his way up for a layup.
Yeah, original good turnover forced by Spellman in the passing lane, but they played great defense on Radovich on that cut.
And Warwick will reload on a three. No good. Ball in the hands of Sean Wilcox now for Bard. And looking to attacks Radovich and just kind of throws it up. That's not the best shot for Bard there.
No. They got to keep going to the basket, drawing contact. That's where they've seen the most success.
And Sikoriak now looking to capitalize over the corner to Spellman. Jeremy, right on the money. You mentioned it a minute ago. Liam Spellman getting it going here.
And there you go. We know Spellman can shoot it. And from a short corner there, that's the shortest three ball you can shoot. Bard needs a much-needed stop in the action.
Yeah, Jeremy, Liam Spellman coming off a season where he shot 43% from the three-point line. So Ithaca looking for him to continue his hot shooting. And both teams will make adjustments in their respective huddles.
And Coach Reed's still very engaged. But right now, you got to give credit to Bard. They're still hanging in there. They really need one of those mega runs, though. Ithaca's slowly built their lead as this game has progressed. But Bard, again, they haven't been able to string points together like they might want to here. And does that involve getting the three ball going? Maybe, but I still think going to the basket is in their best interest.
Yeah, Jeremy, Bard shooting 33% in the first 6 games of the season from three. So not their strongest suit, but also not something they could never do. So definitely looking to increase their offensive output in the next 7 minutes of the first half. Game about to get restarted here as assistant coach Matt Smith giving Noah Downing some tips. Smith in his first year and his assistant here under Coach Farid.
Again, I know there's been a lot of frustration on this Bomber team. Again, so many one-possession losses, but you know the unit is there to go on a run and contend for a really good season. It's just about you playing a consistent 40 minutes of basketball, and Ithaca's done a better job of it today to start this game.
No question, Jeremy. And one other big thing is Ithaca not playing down to the level of competition, always maintaining their elite poise, keeping their head up. It will be a floater here for Farrow. No good. Gets his own rebound. Ithaca not clearing the defensive glass that time. That will be a three ball in the corner, way off for Maynard Clark and Radovich to clear. Again, Jeremy, once again, the Bombers turning it over on a rebound. Michaela Moore will, wow, it's they can't seem to get the ball here, Jeremy. Michaela Moore now attacking Sikoriak in the corner, Maynard Clark, and they can't make a pay. Wilcox will rebound. The Bombers cannot seem to secure a loose ball, and they finally do with Spellman.
Good aggression by Radovich to make a statement defensive play there. That was much needed.
Much needed for Ithaca just to get their hands back on the ball after a few opportunities to not go their way. The ball will bounce around to Spellman, who will look to reset. Spellman driving right past Maynard Clark. Spellman in the corner. Warwick will pull up for a three, way short. Rebound Farrow. As Bard is down 14, just about 6 minutes to go, approaching 6 minutes to go in the first half. And Moore to Maynard Clark, guarded by Spellman. Coach Wally Freed yelling instructions out to his guys. In the corner, Farrow wide open for three. That is good. You can't give him that much room.
And Lucas, look, three balls are going to get you back in the game wherever they may come from. And Farrow, somebody who hadn't been connects on a big one there.
A little bit of a breakdown, leaving Farrow wide open. And Ithaca just turns the ball over. Coach Wally Freed cannot be happy about this team's sloppiness in the first half, as Bard will reload for a three. No good. Rebound Warwick, and here he goes on the run out.
Those are shots Elliot Harris wants to make.
And yet another Ithaca turnover. Jeremy, the past several possessions, Ithaca has just not taken care of the basketball.
They
plain and simple.
And again, it's all in the backcourt. There's frantic passing right off the rebound. You mentioned it, Lucas, when we saw it with Radovich. And I think you have players to beat guys on a one-on-one. I understand they're playing a tight set of defense, a tight man-to-man. But let your offense get across the half-court line before you start going into these quick passes. I think you got to bring up the ball with more composure.
Great point, Jeremy. Just let the offense grow and get to just simply across the half-court. That's what Ithaca needs to do. And here's Kayla Moore for Bard, guarded by Noah Downing up top. And Downing magnates his way over the screen. Inside to Wilcox. Will not be able to finish over Stern. Great defense without fouling there from Stern. And Downing will look to push Wennerston in the corner. Back to Downing. Downing over to Holmes. Holmes aggressive. Three ball is good. Big shot there for Aiden Holmes.
Yeah, Holmes, we saw him immediately coming into the game in the first half. Well, this half, I should say, knocked down a three. That's the second three ball of the game.
And Holmes making an impact again on the defensive end, stripping Kayla Moore, who will now leave the game, and making his first appearance of the game for the Bard College Raptors, Mike Parm, a junior.
We're seeing them really go deep into this bench here.
And Parm will look to inbound. Pass to Wilcox, up top to Mater Clark. Mater Clark over to Farrow. And the Bombers extended their defense about a foot or two beyond the three-point line here, Jeremy. Farrow will get it back from Mater Clark inside to Parm. Parm on Stern guarding. That is a 3-ball for Elliot Harris.
And Elliot Harris is going to heat up if you keep giving him open looks. So that's a big shot.
And now the lead is cut to 11 on that Elliot Harris 3. It will be a foul on Bard. Ithaca maintains possession. If Bard, Jeremy, if Bard wants to come away with a win here today, Elliot Harris will have to be right in the middle of that conversation as far as scoring the basketball.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he's the veteran leader on this team. Who's again, he's a good player all around, but more known for his shooting. And Bard's goal, if they're not going to take it to the basket, is to get their best shooter open looks.
As Wennerston on the first will miss the free throw down, and great hustle.
Great rebound.
Great rebound there, and the play will be stopped for a double dribble here, but like you said, Noah down and great hustle to get the rebound.
Again, he's a guard, and he kind of slithers under these big guys and able to create possession, but again, the double dribble creates the turnover. Bard can get this back to single digits, Lucas, with a bucket here.
Let's see what happens. Bard does have a chance to do that on this possession, and it is Noah Downing guarding Greg Farrow, who Matt Smith yelling out instructions to his defense. Noah Downing, good defense there. Wendell up top will be Parm for Bard, guarded by Holmes, looking to get around him. Holmes giving him absolutely no room. Back up top, this is Elliot Harris. Harris on Wendell. Nice little turnaround shoot over the top of him. No good. Rebound Wennerston. As Wennerston will take the ball up the court for the Ithaca Bombers. Wennerston right past him, inside for the layup, and one. Tristan Wennerston. Nice drive there.
We mentioned Wennerston's athletic ability. We saw him pull back for a step-back 3 earlier in the half. And then he drives right to the basket without much competition there and gets the hoop in the arm.
Yeah, Jeremy, Wennerston has a chance this season to be one of the key contributors if Ithaca were to go far.
He has a 23-point game, I believe, earlier this season, and so we know he can put up big numbers. It's about how many looks is he going to get from his teammates and what's his confidence level at. Is he going to create his own shot consistently throughout the course of a game?
As he will step to the free throw line to extend the Ithaca lead to 14. Just under 4 minutes to go from Ben Light. As Bard will inbound, this is Elliot Harris once again, who's had the ball out in this first half. Over to Parm, guarded by Wendell. Ball finds its way to Farrow up top, and high post. This is Rowan Hines. Hines inside. Stern will be called for a late foul. A little bit of controversial whistle there. Looked like Stern did not foul, but the refs got him for one.
I don't think Stern really got too much of Hines there, but I think Hines gets a benefit of the doubt because Stern doesn't go straight up. He kind of leans forward a little bit, and that's going to tell the official that he probably did get some contact. So really good positioning there by Hines to create 2 shots.
Jeremy, great job by Hines to kind of force the official into making a call. We talk about it all the time, putting pressure on the officials to blow the whistle. That's exactly what Hines did on that possession. As this will be Corey Dennis re-entering for Bard. Calvin Mater Clark to the bench. Excuse me. As Bard looks to cut the lead here to 42-29 on this free throw is good. 42-29 in favor of the Ithaca College Bombers. Bard still in that press. Wennerston inbound to Wendell, back to Wennerston. Almost another turnover. Ithaca maintains possession to Downing, guarded by Farrow. Parm and Farrow will double him. Great double team. Oh, and they get a foul here as they're overzealous.
Downing's going to get some shots here, and that's the risk you take of a double team. If you have too many guys in tight space, you might draw a whistle, and those are the things you can't afford when you're in the penalty. Excuse me.
A few times in this first half, Jeremy, we have seen Bard be a little too overzealous on those perimeter fouls, so probably will be a point of emphasis for Bard going into the halftime break. And Logan Wendell will take the bench, and Cole Sink, Jeremy, getting some first half minutes against Bard here, the freshman.
Interesting look. He did hit a few shots at the end of a game. I think it was against Centenary in their first win of the season. But really getting a meaningful look here.
Yeah, Jeremy. Cole Sink, the freshman from Woodbridge, Connecticut, went to play his high school ball at Cheshire Academy. As Bard looks to cut into the lead, Parm with the ball up top, guarded by Wisink. Parm will find Farrell, right side, guarded by Downing, and Farrell will drive right past Downing. Great stop move, stopped on a dime, got the 2. Bar down for 43-31. Bleep Trey now. Bleep Trey will find Wisink. Load up for his first shot. Off back rim, no good. Stern will not get the rebound, out of bounds, Bard.
Yeah, again, Stern going up 1-on-2 there, and he definitely got the highest, and he got the most muscle on it. But because he had to fight 2 different other rebounders, he kind of falls back, and the ball goes out of bounds off his hand.
Ithaca still maintains a 12-point lead, just about 3 minutes to go. Parm running manning point guard duties here for the Bard College Raptors. Wisink, good defender out here on Parm, keeping his hands up without fouling, gets through the screen. And what a defensive stand here, and they will get a jump ball. Bleep Trey and Wisink combining for that stop.
It'll go the Bombers' way. I think for both sides, how both of these sides finish this half is so crucial, because there's a chance Ithaca can go up to this half with a near 20-point advantage, or Bard can go to the half down single digits with a real chance at stealing a game here. So it's going to be, how you finish is going to be huge.
Yeah, Jeremy, you talk about entering the halftime locker room with a different mindset, as Noah Downing will no good. Stern can't get the rebound again, but is fouled this time. Ithaca maintains underneath their own basket.
Yeah, underneath the glass, Bard's really yet to find a guy to go one-on-one with Stern and be real competition towards him. Stern, not too great at the free throw line, but he's really is dominating the boards against this Bard unit that isn't as big.
Yeah, Jeremy, you can see the value Jack Stern brings to this Ithaca offense. Always a force underneath on both ends, as he lines up for 2 free throws to try to extend the Ithaca lead to 15. First one is up and good. Jack Stern making the first, as we will get 4 new players on the court here for Bard. This will be Sean Wilcox and Heston Tucker, Caleb Moore retaking the court, as well as Azriel Almodovar, so Bard going back to their starting unit. Stern's second free throw, up and good. Stern going 2 for 2 there.
No, but that's a very good-looking free throw pair we just saw from Stern. Really nice stroke. Good form.
As Caleb Moore has it, guarded by Wisink, and nice move there by Moore, and blew the layup, and they will get a foul.
Oh man!
And that has to hurt if you're
Noah Downing's eyes just blew up. I mean, like what did I see there? I think I'm with Noah Downing. I think Moore just blew the layup badly there, and because it was missed so bad, by that much, the ref thinks it's a foul. And I think there's been a lot of guessing, but nonetheless, Moore with a chance to capitalize.
Jeremy, if this was pickup basketball, we would not give you the free throws because you just miss it.
Absolutely not.
But Caleb Moore will be rewarded for his trip inside to the paint with 1 more free throw. Missed the first. Radovich retaking the court. Jack Stern with some nice minutes for Coach Waleed Fareed here.
Right, and by putting Radovich in, you're looking for an offensive explosion. So we'll see if Radovich can help be the catalyst of that.
Let's see if Radovich can help Ithaca close the half on a strong scoring run here, as Caleb Moore will cut the Bard deficit to 13, 2:25 to go, as Wennerston will find it wide open. Wisink inside, it gets blocked. Looks like he had Radovich wide open.
Yeah.
Probably should have made the pass.
He should have passed that.
Absolutely. Almodovar will make the Bombers pay for the mistake with the transition layup. Coach Waleed Fareed cannot be happy about that.
There was some contact there, too. I thought it might have been an N1.
And this Bard press has Downing trapped, and another foul. Just, Jeremy, not necessary to foul 94 feet away from the basket.
Because you're getting in there, you're putting your hands up and you're hip checking Downing. If you stand straight up there and make him release the ball, that's one story. But you're over excessive with the contact there if you're the double team. So I don't like that tight defense at all.
And Jeremy, so if you're Bard going into the second half and your players start to rack up these fouls, this can't be a good thing for the coaching staff, because it kind of changes the game plan. You can be less aggressive going down the course of the game. So not a smart foul that time.
You have Corey Dennis with 3, but aside from that, as Downing hits the first, nobody else has more than 2. So you're not in desperation mode yet when it comes to foul trouble, but something to look out for sure.
Let's see how that situation develops as the first half comes to a close here. Just about 2 minutes left. Noah Downing lining up for his second free throw as Geschickter gets ready to check back in. Downing's second free throw will bounce in, and Geschickter coming back in. Bryce Bleep right to the bench.
So look at this. We got a unit of shooting here. Wisink, we know, can shoot the 3. Geschickter can shoot the 3. Wennerstein, we saw him knock down a 3, and Radovich has been the best 3-point shooter on this team this season to start.
As Almodovar will get the ball back, right past Downing corner. Caleb Moore is wide open for a 3. It was an air ball that time. Wilcox will catch the air ball. Just bad luck that time on the defensive glass for the Bombers. Jeremy, we talked about before, though, even though Bard's not making their shots, wide open in the corner.
Right, and again, Ithaca's there's a lot of holes in their defense right now. And
Yeah.
Bard's in this game because there has been lots of open looks everywhere on the floor. So I'm sure Coach Reed will try to make a change here as we see Logan Wenzel check back in for Cole with Sink. But Bard's also benefiting from chances at the free throw line. Points with the clock stopped when you're down is always a very important factor of the ballgame.
Ithaca has mixed in some zone at various points throughout the year, Jeremy, so let's see if they turn to that on the second half to kind of limit Bard's open looks at the three-point line. Sean Wilcox's second free throw will bounce off front rim. Wendell, strong rebound there, and 13-point Bomber lead, 1:50 to go as Wendell will find Radovich guarded by Corey Dennis. Radovich looking for a pass, finds Downing. Downing guarded by Dennis. It's back inside to Radovich. Mismatch on Almodovar. Will just turn and get smacked, Jeremy. I heard that contact from here in the announcer booth. And Radovich to the line.
It was a really good effort by Almodovar as well because he saw that his teammate got beat, so Radovich thought he was going to have an easy layup, and Almodovar kind of sneaks in there with his hand and gets a piece of the ball, but like we heard, got his arm as well. So good effort. I think obviously better than letting him hit the layup, so Almodovar with a respectable foul.
And Jeremy, Radovich is no stranger to taking contact around the rim. He's been doing it all this season, all of last season since he's arrived here as an Ithaca Bomber, and maintains his status as the offensive focal point for Ithaca.
And he missed the first there as well, so Ithaca is not capitalizing themselves on free throws.
George Sikoriak coming back in for Noah Downing. Downing with some nice minutes here for Coach Waleed for the Bombers. Wilcox will rebound on
That's an 0 for 2.
0 for 2 for Radovich. And it will be Radovich guarding. Now Corey Dennis in the corner, guarded by Sikoriak. Dennis looking for a pass. Will just take it in himself. In the corner, this is Preston Tucker, but he stepped on the baseline. Bomber basketball.
The pass was high, so he had to come up backwards, and that resulted in his heel touching the out-of-bounds line. So if the pass was better, we see a wide-open three-point look for Heston Tucker. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get that.
In the words of the great Wall-Clyde Fraser, Jeremy, the court's wide. It was not wide enough that time.
Oh, yeah.
As Liam Spellman in the corner to Wendell, and we will get a foul here on Sean Wilcox.
We saw this as well with the women's team. A lot of just silly fouls. They're playing defense. Another Clyde Fraser saying here, if you will, they're playing defense with their hands, not with their feet, and they're seeing a lot of handsiness with the ball in the middle of the arc. So I think that's really hurt this Raptor defense and prevented them from coming back.
Bombers have done a really good job in the past few minutes, Jeremy, of getting to the free throw line as Wendell will hit the first one that time. Checking into the game for the Bard College Raptors is Calvin Mader-Clark re-entering as Wilcox will take a seat. As Wendell's second free throw is up and good. 49-34, 1:11 to go from Ben Light. Kayla Moore taking it up for Bard, guarded by Jordan Sikoriak. And Ithaca still playing that man-to-man. Haven't switched up to the zone yet as Radovich is now on the ball up top. This is Elliot Harris looking to create some offense on Wendell. Up top, and Waleed Fareed saying hands up to his guys, just as you alluded to, Jeremy. And this is Heston Tucker. Nice little fadeaway in the paint. Lead is now cut to.
That's been their best shot. The drive and the pull-up. That's been their best shot.
And that has been there most of the game for them, as George Sikoriak will be guarded by Heston Tucker. Sikoriak looked like he might have had a turn layup. Now Geschichter will get right past Moore. Oh, nice little Euro step. Will finish at the cup. What a move there for Geschichter, Jeremy. Spellman now guarding the ball. Heston Tucker will not be able to score. Spellman, an outstanding defender, Jeremy. As Kayla Moore appears as if Bard will hold for one shot. Geschichter on the ball. Moore taking in middle. Now guarded by Wendell. Turning inside. Will try to score. Blocked by Radovich. 1 second left. Wendell at the buzzer. It will be no good. Your score at halftime. The Ithaca College Bombers 51. Bard College Raptors 36.
Yeah, much needed halftime break for both teams. I'm sure fatigue is really settling in. That was a really fast-paced half, despite all the fouls we saw. But now again, if you're the Bombers, I think it's about covering up those holes on defense. You want Bard to get a lot less open looks than they got in the first half, and you swing it over to Bard's ends. It's about capitalizing on your open looks. Lots of open shots missed by their three-point shooters. This game could be a lot closer if they had just knocked down a few more.
Yeah, Jeremy, and the general level of sloppiness from Ithaca definitely could be decreased. Those turnovers from defensive rebounds, if they could clean that up, that's going to be a point of emphasis for Coach Wally Fareed. But strong first half for the home team.
Yep.
And we will hit a halftime break right here on the Athletic Stream. Stay tuned for the second half coming up in a minute.
Welcome back to the Ithaca Bomber Athletic Stream. Men's basketball between Ithaca and Bard from Ben Light Gymnasium. Just ready to get underway, or soon will be, here in the second half. Ithaca, Lucas, a 51-36 advantage.
Yeah,
however, Bard could be a lot closer. They missed a lot of open looks.
Yeah, Jeremy, like you mentioned, Bard looking to kind of capitalize on some of those open looks that Ithaca afforded them in that first half. Ithaca also forcing 10 first-half Bard turnovers, so let's see if they can continue that, keep getting the ball back.
For Bard, Coach Michael Lenahan, in his second year with this program, talked to our colleague Dane Richardson before they came here to Ben Light Gymnasium last year, and he talked a lot about rejuvenating the program, kind of getting some respect towards the Raptors, and you could tell they play with a lot of energy. They're competitive, but sometimes the pace can be a little faulty and result in a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, Jeremy, you said it best. Sometimes a lack in talent can be made up for in just simple heart, hustle, getting after those 50-50 balls. That's exactly what Bard did in the first half. Even though they're down big here, Jeremy, they're not down and out yet, so a lot of games to be played.
Bard has 10 turnovers to Ithaca's 9, so 19, a lot of turnovers to go around in the first half of play.
Yeah.
Just about ready to get underway here in the second half. For Bard, it'll be Elliot Harris, Calvin Mater-Clark, along with Sean Wilcox in the backcourt, Azriel Almodovar, and Caleb Moore, the freshman guard. For Ithaca, it'll be George Sikoriak, Logan Wendell, Luka Radovich, Zach Warwick, and Liam Spellman, the 5 starters. Almodovar working on the one-on-one at the top of the key with Warwick. Now he drives on Warwick, and he'll get the foul and go to the line for 2. So Almodovar, who struggled to get on the board in the first half, gets 2 free throws.
Yeah, Jeremy, nice little spoon move right there. Nice use of his body to get to the rim, and Almodovar is going to have to be a guy that Bard turns to kind of, make up this deficit here in the second half. So 2 free throws.
Almodovar 2 for 2 from the charity stripe in the first half, trying to cut this Ithaca lead down to 13. First one is good.
These are the 14th and 15th free throws of the game here for Bard, Jeremy.
It's a very good note because Ithaca shot 15 themselves. They were 10 for 15 in the first half. Bard with 8 for 13. They can, if Almodovar makes this, they can match that percentage. So now both teams 10 for 15 from the line on the day.
Bard still in that press, as we saw all first half.
Yeah, it was poorly executed offensively by Ithaca on both sides.
And
Radovich.
Ithaca looking a little sharper breaking the press.
Sikoriak pulls it back out, cuts inside, lefty layup, no good, off the bottom of the backboard, and here comes Moore. They don't have numbers. He'll throw it back out. Elliot Harris, left wing 3, too short, rebound, Spellman, now Radovich fighting for it. We got a jump ball, and the ball will go in favor of Ithaca.
Yeah, great look there from the three-point line for Bard. They will take that every time down. Ithaca doing a good job cleaning up the defensive glass. Ball, they're going to go on their way. Spellman to inbound.
Warwick will bounce one for Spellman. Outlet pass to Logan Wendell. Drives inside. Pass for Radovich. Intercepted. Warwick on the deflection for 3. Too short. And it looks like Wilcox was able to come down with it. Bard back with possession here.
Jeremy, Ithaca doing a much better job coming out the second half, breaking that press.
Tough layup for Moore. No good. Offensive rebound for Almodovar. Mater-Clark for 3. That barely grazed the iron. Another offensive board for Almodovar. Elliot Harris, top of the key. Trey, another miss. Rebound, Caleb Moore.
Ithaca just simply not clearing the defensive glass, leading to another opportunity.
Another Elliot Harris 3, and that one finally goes down. The Bomber lead back down to 10.
Ithaca just can't seem to secure that defensive rebound, Jeremy. Sikoriak will come up the court.
Spellman thought about 3 in rhythm, now goes to the basket. Tough lefty layup is good.
Great move there from Liam Spellman. I like the aggressiveness. Ithaca will need him to be aggressive all game and season long.
Big rebound there by the southpaw senior. Moore goes to the basket, kicks it back out to Almodovar. Drives one-on-one with Warwick, gyrates inside. Go to the corner for Mater-Clark, and the 3 is no good, but Mater-Clark was out of bounds.
Yeah, court, we said it in the first half, Jeremy. Court was wide, not wide enough for Mater-Clark that time. Ithaca will get the ball back as they have a 12-point lead, just about 18 to go.
Here's Wendell inside Radovich. Tough catch, puts up a tough shot, and he got it to go.
Yeah, nice catch there from Radovich. Made it a little tougher on himself, taking that extra second, but still got the deuce.
Hook shot is good over a couple of defenders. Moore spins inside on Wendell. Ooh. Tough shot blocked, and Wendell able to corral the rebound at the same time.
Great spin, even better block there, Jeremy. Great action.
Mater-Clark, the steal in the backcourt. One-on-one, nice move past Warwick, but he left the layup short.
Unbelievable there. He got all the way to the rim on a great move. Just couldn't finish the easy bunny.
Fast pace continues. Sikoriak one-on-one with Harris. Too strong on the short shot there. Almodovar has numbers if he hurries. A 3-on-2 for the Raptors. Almodovar one-on-one, and it goes almost went out of bounds off Spellman, but it corralled to Wendell.
Oh, Sikoriak beating everybody down the court here.
Another steal in the interior. This time it's Harris. Almodovar will pull it back and reset. Now tries to drive inside, bounces one for Wilcox, count it, and a foul.
What a pass there, Jeremy. You talk about passing with your head, eyes wide open. Great look that time.
Sean Wilcox, who just had 3 points in the first half, gets the hoop and the harm, and Bard can cut it back to 11 with a make here.
And some substitutions now for Bard. Greg Farrow re-entering the game for the Raptors. Coach Wally Fareed, you can hear from up here yelling, rebound, rebound to his guys.
Free throw for Wilcox, short. Rebound Warwick, short side.
Bard maintaining their press.
A little less intense, though, on this time around. 55-43 Bombers lead, 17:03 to go in the game. Spellman on the pass to Sikoriak in the near corner. Dribbles into the defense, and the ball goes out of bounds. They say off of Corey Dennis, who got in the passing lane.
Yeah, nice job there by Dennis, kind of reading that pass before it happened. Ithaca maintains possession, Wendell to inbound.
Just under 17 minutes to go now. As Wendell will inbound right in front of the Bomber bench. Spellman will hand it off back to his point guard. One-on-one with Wilcox, he gets around. Now is one-on-one with Heston Tucker. Warwick, long-range three, didn't catch anything.
Had to put that up there with the shot clock fading, Jeremy. Not the best look offensively for the Bombers. They could get a better shot than that. As Bard will clear and take up the court now.
Almodovar will run the offense for Bard here. It's been a while since Bard's got this deficit back to single digits. They can do so with a 3 if they choose. Throw inside. Heston Tucker, top of the key 3. Caught the net, and Spellman will pick it up off the floor.
Even though Ithaca rebounded there, Jeremy, how many times have we said Ithaca failing to get that initial defensive rebound?
Radovich to the left for Wendell. Driving one-on-one with Tucker. Pulls it back, goes inside. Tough layup, no. Rebound Tucker.
Nice little move there from Wendell. Just couldn't get it to go. I like his aggressiveness.
Tucker in transition. Nice finish with the left hand, and it's down to 10.
Ambidextrous there for Tucker.
55-45. Ithaca moving quickly. Radovich thought about 3, guarded tightly by Dennis. Now he goes inside, and Almodovar tried to draw some contact. They're going to call a foul on the floor.
Jeremy, that appeared like it could have been an offensive foul on Radovich, kind of using the arm there to extend, but refs will get the foul on Bard. So it will be some substitutions here for the Raptors.
Rowan Heinze will check in. We see Elliot Harris back in there as well.
Harris, their leading scorer on the season, Jeremy.
Greg Farrow now also into the game. Radovich on the catch will hand up to Sikoriak, trying to create some space. Spellman, head fake, bounces one inside. Sikoriak, floater, cannot get the roll. Ball in the air, and Harris will corral it.
Great look there for Sikoriak.
Harris right at Warwick, threw it off a foot. Heinze open 3, no good that time. Wendell, big board.
What a vacillating pace here, Jeremy, as Warwick will look to create some offense up top.
Wendell to the left for Spellman. Hands off Wendell. Going one-on-one with Azriel Almodovar before he gives it back up to Spellman. Spellman with the right hand. Bounces one to Radovich. One-on-one with Heinze. Mid-range, Jay. He's got it.
Bread and butter there for Luka Radovich. That 12-foot game, that's just easy offense for Ithaca.
Lead back to 12, and Coach Fareed going to call a timeout before his unit plays more defense. Lucas, lots of back and forth. Bard still hanging tough. But Ithaca's held their double-digit advantage this whole way through.
Absolutely, and they've come out of the halftime break strong, focused. They're executing that game plan that Coach Fareed has set out for them. And Jeremy, what seems to me is like Ithaca maintaining their heads at now, not as much turnovers now, more poise offensively. So let's see if they can continue that.
57-45 Bombers over the Raptors. 15:07 to go. And Jeremy Goldstein here alongside Lucas Jaffet. Bard, you have to give credit to them. I mean, they haven't let this game get away, but instead they're still searching for that run.
Absolutely, Jeremy. And just want to emphasize here, still a lot of time for Bard to claw themselves back into this game. 15 to go. A lot of basketball left to be played. So Coach Wally Fareed telling his guys, don't take your foot off the pedal.
Timeout going to come to an end here. Looks like we're going to see some substitutions for the Bombers. Noah Downing and Aiden Holmes will check in, along with Tristan Wennerston, Wendell, and Radovich will stay out there. For the Raptors, it looks like we still got Almodovar, along with Greg Farrow. Heinze remaining in the game as well, alongside his remaining 2 guys.
Jeremy, I like this lineup that Coach Wally Fareed is running out here for Ithaca. You have Luka Radovich and Tristan Wennerston. That's a lot of length and athleticism in the front court. Both those guys can shoot, and I like what he's trying to do with this lineup.
Yeah, Harris in there as well, alongside Heston Tucker, the remaining 2 on the floor for Bard. Lots of passing in the backcourt before the half-court timeline is finally crossed. The dish to Almodovar on the right wing, couldn't find an inbound. Almodovar against 2 defenders, find Heinze on the baseline. Azriel Almodovar kicks it out. Tucker, head fake, puts up a tough 2, couldn't get the roll. Elliott Harris, offensive rebound, and he couldn't finish.
What a battle down there between both sides. Harris not able to finish that putback, though.
Short arm that shot a little bit. Wennerston to Noah Downing by the Bomber logo.
Radovich screen up top, Jeremy.
Wendell, far corner, drives baseline, back out to Downing. Wendell tries to throw one in. And now Downing will reset and call a play. Gets the screen to his right from Radovich. 5 to shoot. Downing pulls up, too short. Rebound by Almodovar.
That's a shot Noah Downing's been hitting with confidence all season long. Look for him to keep shooting that.
Farrow taking his time here. Andrew Geschichter heads to the scorer's table to check in. Long 3, Farrow barely caught the rim, and Heinze will save it right to Noah Downing.
Again, not a great shot there for Bard.
Downing rushes up the floor. Handoff Holmes. Aiden Holmes, triple try, and he's too short on that one. Rebound went off the glass. Wennerston gets there, and Tristan Wennerston puts it home.
Listen, Jeremy, it won't show up on the box score. All the credit on that play goes to Logan Wendell, tipping the ball over to Wennerston for the layup.
Tucker up the floor quickly. Ithaca back up 14. Here's Farrow driving one-on-one with Wendell. Got him up in the air, dishes it back out. Tucker, Almodovar, far corner 3. He rattles it home.
Great ball movement there for the Bard College Raptors, keeping themselves in the game. Big shot right there to cut it to 11.
And Almodovar hesitant to shoot the 3. Finally puts one up there. Holmes has some space, pulls up for the long 2, and he connects.
Aiden Holmes staying calm and poised. Shot fake, great shot there. Ithaca extends their lead.
Left wing for Farrow, drives on Wendell, got him up in the air, and they call the foul. Lucas, that's a shot you want to see Farrow go up with, because if he shoots it, he's at the line for 2.
Absolutely, Jeremy, and that's a call the refs would have to make if Farrow were to be fouled, and that's a play that a lot of collegiate players actually try to get the foul call on, so absolutely, good call there from you.
Radovich will take a breather after playing the first 6:59 of the half. Jack Stern in there alongside Andrew Geschichter.
I want to see if Jack Stern can kind of help stabilize this Ithaca defensive rebounding situation, as they have struggled to grab the defensive rebound a little bit here this afternoon, and Stern under his own basket now.
Farrow inbounding underneath the basket, throws it into Heinze, bounces one for Harris, and another foul called on Holmes. That's already going to be the 4th team foul, and a couple more, and then free throws start to get involved here.
Yeah, Jeremy, it kind of changes how you look at the game as far as, on a play-to-play basis. You got to start being more cognizant of the fouls you have, so definitely a storyline to watch.
Caleb Moore dishes one to Tucker. Moore drives inside, kicks it out. Farrow thought about 3. Will throw in back for Moore. 6 to shoot. Moore, tough layup, drew some contact, no whistle. Downing has numbers if he hurries.
Great team defense there from Ithaca, Jeremy. Let's see if they can capitalize.
The Bard defense gets back. Wennerston in transition. 3, barely off the front rim, and the rebound to Moore.
It's a great shot there from Wennerston, though, even though he missed. Great look.
Farrow all the way in. Got it off glass.
And Wennerston getting really high up there, almost had the block, couldn't get it, and Downing now.
Lead back down to 11. Some good press defense here for Bard, but it doesn't last long. Downing gets all the way in. Floater, didn't catch anything. Rebound Harris.
Bard has a chance to cut it a single digits, Jeremy. Here we go.
Harris to Tucker. And he left it off his foot, the old foot trick, Lucas, and it's a turnover.
It's as old as time, Jeremy, and Ithaca will benefit from it as Bard gets yet another round of substitutions.
Calvin Mater-Clark back into the game for Bard.
I want to see what impact Mater-Clark has as one of the incumbent starters of this Bard College Raptor team.
Throw in to Geschichter, barely got it in. Moore continuing his press, trying to deny him the front court, and they call it travel.
Yeah, going back to those first half issues we talked about, Jeremy, just losing focus a little bit. Get the ball up the court as quick as possible, and Ithaca failing to do it on that one.
Yeah, this team fired up. You saw Farrell giving lots of props to Moore. Bard will have another opportunity to get this under 10, something they failed to do all half.
And Coach Fareed going to a pretty interesting lineup here with 11:55 to go.
Farrell, head fake, drives inside, on the right block, pulls up, no good but a foul, and Farrell will get 2 free throws. He's already 4 for 4 from the line today.
Yeah, not the guy you want to send to the line, Jeremy. A few possessions ago, Farrell failing to get the call. This time he does.
Farrell, a sophomore guard out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Again, you look at this Bard roster, these guys hail from all over the place. You have Ponte Eunice from Athens, Greece. Mater-Clark is from San Mateo, California.
West Coast represent, Jeremy.
As Farrell misses a free throw for the first time. Ekin Benkoli, we saw him checking briefly. He's from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, that is. You have Almodovar from Puerto Plata, the Dominican Republic. And then a special shout out, we haven't seen Connor Mellis today, but he's from Chappaqua, New York, Horace Greeley High School. Same high school that I went to just a few years back.
I'm a big Chappaqua guy myself. I'm from Westchester, John Jay High School, so the 914 making an appearance.
There you go. As Farrell misses 2, rare occurrence there. Geschichter charging up the floor, tries to find Stern at the passing lanes tonight, but Bleeptre able to get possession back. Bleeptre fresh into the game, finds Wennerson across the court. 11:36 to go in the half.
Jack Stern getting the ball on the top here, back to Wennerson.
Wennerson 3, no good. Rebound Farrell.
Bard still has a chance to cut it to single digits, Jeremy.
Heinze on the catch. Behind the back dribble. Goes up and under. Nice move, and he finishes.
Call him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or what, Jeremy? That was a great move under the basket. Great footwork. Cuts it to single digits.
Rowan Heinze, like you said, cutting it down to 9. Geschichter all the way to the rack. Cannot finish, but a foul.
Geschichter knew he probably should have had that one. Still got the contact, though. Ithaca looking to extend their lead back to above 10.
So big free throws coming up for the Bombers. Geschichter from the line has not appeared there yet. Ithaca's going to take another timeout, but Lucas, we're seeing Bard slowly start to creep their way in there. This might be a game that comes down to free throws.
Absolutely, and it's just really, for me, Jeremy, going to come down to who can get to the line and who can make them when it matters most. And you talk about the free throws just in this game. Bard, 8 of 13. Ithaca, 10 of 15. So both teams know how to get to the line. It's just a matter of they can make them when it matters.
So going forward here for the Bombers, we'll see if we see a lot of these reserves continue to play here down the stretch. Again, Luka Radovich has taken a seat for a few minutes now, and Wendell not in the game. It's been the Tristan Wennerstons and the Jack Stearns and Noah Downings that it seems like Coach Fareed's relying on down the stretch.
Absolutely, Jeremy, and this game for me comes down to it's going to be a team effort. There hasn't been one guy on this Ithaca side that has really stepped up and taken the mantle of that offensive load, and we'll see. I mean, there's still 10, 11 minutes left in this game. Still a lot of game left to be played. Somebody to step up, but there hasn't been one guy I can point to say he's been the guy for Ithaca. Coach Fareed going it over with his team as it stands. Ithaca up 9.
So 11:06 to go, Lucas, and this has been Bard's half. They've won the half so far. Obviously, they got more work to do, but Coach Fareed probably not too pleased with the way his team's come out.
And like we talked about all broadcast, Jeremy, Ithaca shouldn't play down to their competition. And let's see if Bard can claw their way back in the game. They came out of the halftime break focused, Jeremy, and it's showing right now. So Geschichter with a chance to extend the lead.
So to the line for 2, Andrew Geschichter after getting hit on his previous layup attempt.
Geschichter, also a second-year Ithaca College Bomber.
Transfer from St. Lawrence, so Liberty League foe. First free throw is up and short.
he will have one more chance to atone for his miss here.
Ithaca now just 10 for 17 from the line. You want that to be better for sure.
Leaving 7 points to the line against a big Liberty League game, not the way to go, but if it still maintains a 10-point lead.
Geschichter goes 1 for 2. It's 62-52 Bombers over Bard. Kayla Moore into the front court. Dishes one for Heinze, one-on-one with Stern. To Corey Dennis. Heinze back in the post on Jack Stern. Tries to go up and under. Downing a deflection, goes back to Dennis. Good defense by Bleeptre here in Almodovar. Well, it will be on the catch. 8 to shoot. Almodovar, tough hook, no good. Rebound Stern.
Great defense there from Ithaca, Jeremy, forcing them into a tough shot, and that's what Coach Lloyd Free wants every single time down the court.
Stern gives it to Downing. Pick and roll attempt wasn't there. Stern now on the catch, puts up the shot and got it to go.
And Jeremy, that's what I want to see more from Jack Stern. 6'7". Nobody can stop him underneath the basket. So great move there.
Moore on the baseline. Throws it off a Bomber defender's leg. It's a 12-point game now.
Moore's quite shifty, Jeremy. Several of the drives tonight, to this afternoon, gotten right past the Ithaca defender. Slithery finisher at the basket.
Another stoppage in play here. Bard now calls for time. And a lot of these offensive possessions on both ends, we've seen lots of baseline action, lots of loose balls. Does that need to change for anybody?
I feel like that actually, Jeremy, that would go Bard's way, because every time it's a loose ball, it's not going in the basket for Ithaca, and they've actually forced a lot of deflections and, dare I say, turnovers off of those loose balls. So it's not really a hallmark of Ithaca offensively is being sloppy with the ball, but to Bard, to their credit, has forced them into some sloppy play.
And 10-11 to go, still plenty of basketball left to be played. In terms of timeouts, we've already seen a couple this half from IC, one from Bard. Coach Michael Lehan really throwing out all of his personnel to try to steal one away from the Bombers in Ithaca.
And Jeremy, something to note here. Zach Warwick has not seen the court much in the second half yet. I don't know if that's an injury or a foul related thing, but Warwick should play a big role down the stretch.
Well, Corey Dennis, the only one really in true foul trouble with 4, and then you have Will Cox and Almodovar both with 3 apiece. On the Bomber end of things, only 3 players with 2. Zach Warwick just has 1, so I wouldn't say it's a foul issue, and maybe they're just preserving him for the end of this half. Inbound from Almodovar underneath the hoop. Throws it all the way up. Heinze to the right for Harris. Pump fake. Guarded by George Sikoriak. Almodovar hesitates. Gives it up to Caleb Moore. To the top. Almodovar again. Mater Clark inside. Heinze, tough catch. Behind the basket. Reverse layup is good at the shot clock buzzer.
Yeah, Jeremy, great awareness to beat the shot clock buzzer. And what a shot there, right over Jack Stern. Tough look inside.
Really tough look inside. And it's down to 10 again. Geschichter. Back for Sikoriak at the top of the arc. Bounces one for Jack Stern, guarded tightly by Heinze. Sikoriak drives baseline. Back out. Bleeptre a 3. Cannot connect. Ball on the ground. Heinze picks it up.
Nice look there from Bleeptre. Everything tightening up a little bit here for both teams, Jeremy.
To the deep corner. Mater Clark 3. High arc. Didn't catch anything. Rebound Geschichter.
We've seen a few of those shots from Bard just sail wide of the rim tonight.
Bounce pass, but Bleeptre didn't cut. Miscommunication between the sophomore and then Jack Stern, and it's an Ithaca turnover.
Yeah, and Bleeptre definitely should have made the cut to the basket, had the lane wide open, but a little miscommunication between the 2 Bombers on that time.
Almodovar will slowly bring it up. To the left for Moore. Will throw into center. Mater Clark, confident 3, no good again. Heinze offensive rebound, and they call a jump ball. That's a big call for Ithaca.
Yeah, Jeremy, that is truly unbelievable. 3 white jerseys in the area cannot secure the rebound, and like we said all game, that's been a point of emphasis for Coach Rowley and the Bombers, securing the defensive rebound. Underneath the basket, it goes for Almodovar again.
Going to the top for Heinze, goes to the left for Elliott Harris. He's double teamed. Almodovar goes around. Heinze couldn't catch it. Goes down to the floor. Ball loose. That'll be Bard basketball. Again, Heinze's got to catch that.
Absolutely.
We'll have a good look at the hoop if he does, but instead, it'll be an inbound from underneath the basket. Lucas with 9 to shoot, as here comes Luka Radovic.
What a scrappy game for both teams. And Radovic, with 8:30 left, should finish out the game for the Bombers. And 10-point lead. Coach Waleed Fareed feels the need to turn to his offensive star.
We still could see Jack Stern in some defensive prioritized possessions as Sikoriak nearly steals it. That's a ball he wanted to catch, but Bard with some disaster avoided once again.
Yeah, both teams with some butterfingers here, Jeremy. Bard should have had on the possession before, and Sikoriak should have had that steal.
Almodovar will throw in again. Heinze on the catch. Azriel Almodovar inside Caleb Moore. Up and under layup. Got it, and the foul.
Unbelievable. We've seen that a few times. Bard forcing the refs to make a call. Great move there from Caleb Moore. And Jeremy, a chance to cut it to 7 points on this free throw.
Caleb Moore with defenders breathing down his neck, able to convert the hoop and the arm. A chance to cut this to 7.
Impressive showing here for the first year out of Wadley, Georgia. Caleb Moore.
Caleb Moore on the line, 1 shot.
Lieb trade now to the bench for Ithaca. And re-entering will be Liam Spellman.
Well, lots of time. Bard very well in this game. Free throw by Moore is good. They call a lane violation on Heinze, so that point is erased.
Again, Jeremy, every point matters in a close game like this.
It's an inexcusable mishap. As Spellman will inbound, looks for Geschichter, struggles to get it in, but Wendell makes himself available.
Here comes the press again, Jeremy.
Wendell up the floor. Goes up and around, tough layup, no good. Heinze the rebound.
Looks like he had Radovic in the corner, but I like the aggressiveness there.
Almodovar, Harris, fakes, goes inside. Heinze got the layup to go. It's a 6-point game.
Bard making a run, Jeremy. Here we go.
Sikoriak moving quickly. Radovic deep corner tray, no good. Wendell offensive rebound. Spellman to the top for Geschichter. Pulling it back.
Caleb Moore guarding him very closely here.
Radovic one-on-one with Heinze. Radovic goes inside, a foul, no shot. And that's just the 3rd team foul for the Raptors. See, this is why their improvement defensively is going to help them here.
And that is Radovic's game, Jeremy. That mid-range game, he's had a lot of success this season.
And here's Zach Warwick. He'll check in for Geschichter, and we see Heinze come out for Wilcox. Heinze with some really good minutes in the interior. Just that lane violation might hurt them.
Coach Fareed going back to his starting unit.
Wendell to Radovic. Will hand it back off to the sophomore guard. And a foul called on Caleb Moore, who got good positioning on Radovic. A little over-aggressive there.
Yeah, that could be a big swing here, especially if Bard was able to get that ball, but Ithaca will retain underneath their own basket.
Sikoriak inbounds. Throws one up. Radovic. Looked like he pushed off for a second, but no whistle. Hook shot by Luka. Got the bounce.
Great physicality there from Radovic, establishing himself in the middle of the lane.
66-58. Almodovar. Inside to Wilcox. Goes to Mater Clark. Hesitates on the 3. Goes inside. Wilcox got positioning. Count it. And a foul.
Fundamental basketball right there, Jeremy. Pick and roll at the free throw line. Great execution there from Bard.
Sean Wilcox shows his 3rd and 4th points of the game, but he's got a chance for his 5th and to cut the lead down to 5.
Yeah, Jeremy, we've seen Bard run a lot more pick and roll action all second half. So, more substitutions for the Raptors.
Corey Dennis in with Greg Farrow. Mater Clark checks out along with Caleb Moore. So we're seeing the starters get minutes here, and Corey Dennis, the lone reserve, in there for the Raptors.
Yeah, Jeremy, what a turn of events in the second half. Ithaca opened the half up 15 points, and now Bard on this free throw has a chance to cut it to just 5.
Southpaw at the line, and Wilcox throws it up. No good off the front of the rim, so it remains a 6-point game. Warwick hustling. Wendell in the deep corner. Gives to Radovic. Radovic, confident 3-stroke. No good. Spellman can't get there. Rebound by Dennis.
Big chance here for Bard.
Elliott Harris to the top of the key. Almodovar, well behind the arc, working the offense here on a reset. Almodovar to the rim. Harris, near corner tray. No good, and the rebound to Wendell.
That was one of the best looks Bard's gotten all second half. He just couldn't convert.
Harris definitely beating himself up for that one. Sikoriak drives left, denied by Wilcox at the front. Has to pick up the dribble, throws one all the way back out for Warwick. 12 to shoot. Screen by Radovich. Warwick inside. Wendell, top of the key. 3, in and out. Rebound Wilcox.
Ithaca has had good looks there, Jeremy. That's an easy shot most of the time for Wendell.
Here's Dennis to Farrow. Fareed trying to get his defense going here. Harris on the head fake, drives inside, tough layup, no good. Spellman's got it, ball loose. Wendell picks it up.
Harris had a crowd of Bombers waiting to meet him. Great team defense that time.
Officials letting them play inside down the stretch as well.
No question.
6 minutes to go. Warwick one-on-one with Almodovar. Spellman thought about 3, gets it back to Zach Warwick, driving one-on-one with Azriel. Sikoriak thought about 3 again, will pull it back, 8 to shoot. Sikoriak drew contact and Wilcox called for the foul. No continuation granted.
Yeah.
I believe that's the 5th team foul.
Jeremy, George Sikoriak has been good throughout his entire Ithaca career at drawing contact on the baseline in the middle of the lane, doing it again that time. And Liam Spellman will take a breather with 5:45 remaining.
Sikoriak will inbound it from underneath the basket. Fresh shot clock of 20 here, and a foul would put them in the 1-and-1. Wendell in the near corner, guarded tightly by Almodovar. Drives baseline and turned it over. No Bomber even close to that pass.
Bard, he had another chance to cut it, but the lead below 6.
Wilcox hands one off to Dennis. Trying to spin around Sikoriak. Throws it out Elliott Harris. Lefty dribble. Looking for a way to go. Wilcox one-on-one with Radovich. Sean Wilcox puts it up. No good. Offensive rebound. Cannot connect. And the rebound to Warwick.
Oh, Jeremy, he had multiple chances there to get the basket, but Radovich denying him the opportunity.
Radovich doing just enough defensively for Wilcox to leave his shot short. 5:03 to go. Sikoriak drives left side. Layup is good. Big time lefty lay-in by George Sikoriak. It's an 8-point game.
You need a big bucket. Where do you go? Your graduate guard, George Sikoriak, who's got big buckets every single year of his Ithaca career.
Timeout on the floor. Ithaca clinging to an 8-point lead, but Bard's had their chances.
Absolutely, Jeremy. They've had good looks. Credit to them. Started the half down 15, only down 8 now. They've had a lot of good looks. Haven't been able to convert, especially that Wilcox layup, that last possession, but just under 5 to go.
Ithaca has gone to Luka Radovich a lot in late game situations where they need scoring. Who's another face you want to see get involved if the Bombers need a bucket down the stretch here?
Yeah, Jeremy, I want to see Logan Wendell get the ball, okay? He's a guy that's he just came off of a 24-point game recently. He's a guy who can fill up the box score, been known to score clutch baskets and ones. He's a guy I want the Bombers to turn to, or for the Bombers to look to turn to in order to close the game out.
It looks like it'll be Wennerston, Sikoriak, Wendell, Warwick, and Radovich on the floor. So the lone starter not going to come in here is Liam Spellman. It'll be the same 5, it appears, for Bard, but it looks like Mader Clark will come in. Elliott Harris doesn't look like he'll be in the 5 coming in.
Again, Jeremy, we've talked about it all broadcast. Coach Waleed Fareed has a lot of trust in his front court of Luka Radovich and Tristan Wennerson. A lot of shooting, athleticism, and defensive ability belong those two guys.
So 68-60, 4:52 to go. My apologies. Ithaca's led ever since it was 3-2 Bard, the very beginning of this game. Bard has gotten as close as 6.
Haven't been able to get it to one possession yet, Jeremy.
That's the key. Dennis on the catch. To the right for Mader Clark. Inside Wilcox. One-on-one with Radovich again. Greg Farrow. Left wing 3. Cannot connect. Fight for the rebound. It's Radovich.
And what have we been saying, Jeremy? The key for Ithaca is securing that defensive rebound. Great rebound and traffic there from Radovic.
If you're Ithaca's defense, it's got to be one and done for Bard.
Absolutely.
The clock is Ithaca's friend here down the stretch as well. Warwick, lots of room for three. No good. Rebound Almodovar.
Almodovar skying for that board.
Almodovar to Mater Clark. Drives inside. Got some space. Blocking foul.
Looked like to be the right call that time. Wendell moving, trying to stop Bard going to the basket and have a chance to cut it to 6.
May have been in the restricted area as well. Nonetheless, Mater Clark going to the line, a chance to cut this lead back down to 6. Mater Clark 0 for 2 on free throws as well as 0 for 5 from behind the arc. It's been a rough shooting day for Calvin, but he can contribute and redeem himself a little bit with a pair of makes here.
Absolutely, Jeremy. And as we know from the Vassar game last night, no automatic replay system to review those calls.
Rowan Heinze getting ready to check back in along with Heston Tucker and Elliott Harris. They're going to need a shooter to step up here in the final 4:17.
And Jeremy, I'd be interested to see, will Elliott Harris get the bulk of the offensive opportunity here for Bard? Their leading scorer throughout the year. Let's see if they turn to him or somebody else to get those buckets, try to get them back in this game.
And he's their junior. Again, this Bard team just has 2 seniors, Tyler Bruns and Kevin Lee. Neither of them have seen the floor today. Mater Clark's first attempt, high arc, no good.
A little bit of nerves if you hit back rim on a free throw, Jeremy.
And now 0 for 3 from the charity stripe.
Bard leaving some points at the line. That is not a recipe for beating the Ithaca College Bombers.
That one good by Mater Clark. Bard will sub him out now for Heston Tucker. 68-61, 4:17 to go.
And Bard going back to that now full court press aggressively.
Sikoriak trying to beat the full court press. Wennerston playing catch with his fellow mate in the backcourt. 20 to shoot. Sikoriak taking his sweet time. Guarded by Almodovar. Sikoriak cuts inside. Got the layup to go over Rowan Heinze. It's back up to 9.
Yeah, great drive there from Sikoriak. Had a wide open shooter in the corner, but said, I'm going to take it myself.
2 lefty layups by George Sikoriak have helped keep this Bomber lead intact. 3:47 to go. Bard needs points.
Loud chance of defense here inside Ben Light.
Farrow thought about 3. Good defense by Wendell. At the top of the arc for Harris. Farrow inside. Tough floater. Can't get the roll. Rebound. Tristan Wennerston.
Yeah, Ithaca meeting Farrow at the free throw line. Great job there. As Sikoriak will ease things up.
Wendell. Hesitation move. Looked like he traveled, and he did.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the walks there. The second one was called.
Great observation there, Jeremy, as Wendell will go to the bench following his travel. Zach Work re-enters.
So Bard will take a timeout. We've seen them go to the rim countlessly, but Lucas, they've been really struggling to convert on these lay-ins down the stretch. Is it time to start chucking up some threes, or is you still got some time?
Jeremy, I would say for me, if I was the coach of Bard, I'd give it about 30 seconds to a minute of trying to go in, get some calls, and in about very soon you got to start going for the three ball. You're down by 9, 3 possessions, and you got to start thinking about shooting the 3. Absolutely.
Looking at 3-pointers, Ithaca are rough, 6 for 26. That's 23.1% for Bard. They're 7 for 24, 29.2. So no team has shot it really too well from behind the arc, and that's what's kept this game where it is.
Yeah, Jeremy, and we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Bard shooting 33% on the year, so not really a strength for them, not really a weakness. They're kind of a middle-of-the-pack team as far as in the Liberty League shooting three ball, and they might have to start turning to it down the stretch if they want to get back in this game.
Both teams in the 1-on-1, however, Bard a couple of fouls away from a regular 2 shots and a foul. They got to go the full length of the floor with 3:14 to go.
Time is now becoming a factor for both sides here.
Without a doubt. Farrow to the right for Heston Tucker. Harris swings it back to Farrow. Caleb Moore back to Farrow again. Thought about giving it to the corner. Inside for Elliott Harris. Finds Moore. Fakes the 3. Goes all the way back out. Heston Tucker 3-point attempt. No good. Offensive rebound to Farrow. Harris fakes again. Farrow with 2:45 on the game clock. Bounces for Tucker. Fakes inside. Back out for Farrow, but it's out of bounds. No one willing to take a shot, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, total discombobulation there from the Raptors. But Jeremy, like we touched on before, they are looking for the 3, and you can tell just based on their ball movement around the perimeter, not looking for those layups anymore. Only 2:40 to go. And Wennerston will take a seat.
William Spellman in the game on the inbound. Just 2 shots for him. He's 2 for 2. 5 points. Radovich thought about 3. Now pulls up. Luka Radovich too short again.
Good look there for Radovich, though.
Harris in transition. Didn't have space to pull the trigger. Gives it up to Farrell. Corey Dennis getting ready to check back in. Dishes for Tucker. Farrell guarded tightly by Spellman. Farrell drives inside. Goes up. Good defense by Spellman, not leaving his feet. Moore in again and lost it out of bounds.
Again, that's back-to-back possessions, Jeremy. Bard not even getting a look at the basket, and Ithaca's defense doing a great job of closing out.
Corey Dennis will now come out for Heston Tucker. Coming, I should say. 2:07 to go, and time running out for the Raptors, and they got to play defense.
Heston Tucker with 6 points for the Raptors.
Sokoriak against the full court press. Bounces one to Warwick, who gets it across the timeline. Warwick letting the clock wind down. He's got 12 to shoot with 1:48 to go. Radovich on the right wing. Spins inside. Radovich against a few defenders. Pulls up off glass. It's good.
You know what, Jeremy? If the Ithaca Bombers need a bucket, you know where to find number 30. Great fadeaway that time. He just said, I'm going to take it myself. And got the deuce.
Luka Radovich banks it home. Bombers take an 11-point lead with 1:37 to go, Lucas.
Yeah, Radovich with 18 points tonight, and or this afternoon, excuse me. And it's kind of been a team effort here, Jeremy. Actually, excuse me, that was Radovich's 20th point. And 3 different Bombers, Jeremy, in double digits.
Yeah, for Luka Radovich, that gets his total to 20. 1:37 again to go in this game. Bard might need to look for the 3 now.
And whatever the result here, Jeremy, a well-fought game between both these teams. Obviously, Ithaca, the much better team coming into the game. Got to give a lot of credit to Bard for hanging in there most of the second half. 1:37 to go, 11-point game.
Ithaca comes out with Sokoriak, Warwick, Spellman, Wennerston, and Radovich. For Bard, it is Farrow, Harris, Dennis, Heinze, as well as Caleb Moore.
Ithaca now going to that press, try to see if they can take some time off the clock.
Farrow up the floor. To the right for Dennis, who has an initial double, gets the screen from Caleb Moore. Farrow drives on Warwick. Harris, pull up 3, connects.
Ooh, what a big shot that time.
Elliott Harris, a big time 3. It's back down to 8. Clock still ticking down. Warwick on the inbound, finds Wennerston. Press in full motion. Ahead of the floor, Radovich. Easy layup is good.
Looking like Mike White on that full court pass that time. What a look.
10-point lead. Here comes Heinze inside. Farrow pulls up for 3 himself, and Greg Farrow knocks it down. It's back down to 7 with 54 seconds.
This game is not over yet, Jeremy. Back-to-back 3-pointers for the Bard College Raptors.
3-point shooting coming to life for Coach Greg Lehan's team. Michael Lehan, excuse me.
Wennerston to inbound under his own basket. Let's see if that Bard press gives Ithaca any trouble getting the ball in.
Almodovar will come in here for more for defensive purposes.
And both teams going offense, defense.
Wendell in, Wennerston out. Spellman will inbound from underneath the basket. Ithaca's got to go the full length of the floor. Just Bard foul early in the shot clock here. Spellman using his inbound distance, gives it to Wendell in the deep corner. No fouls yet. Full court press. It's in the hands of Spellman, who gives it up to Warwick, and Zach Warwick still with the ball, gives it up to Logan Wendell, and Almodovar is going to commit the foul. That's his 4th. Make it 3 players now with 4 fouls.
Yeah, definitely factored down the stretch. 7-point game, as Ithaca not quite yet at the free throw line. It will be Heston Tucker returning for the Bard College Raptors. 43 to go.
43.4 on the clock. I think it's got to play smart basketball here if they want to pull it out.
And Jeremy, I would use clock if I was the Bombers on this possession.
Wendell stumbles, nearly traveled. Spellman, lots of room. Will give it up to Logan Wendell again before he is fouled by Heston Tucker. That's his second.
Yeah, and great decision by the Bombers to get the ball into the hands of a free throw shooter, good free throw shooter like Logan Wendell. They entrust him to make those big shots, and let's see if he can deliver.
Wendell is 2 for 2 from the charity strike on the afternoon.
Logan Wendell at the line for a 1-1.
Wennerston retaking the court for Radovich.
Logan Wendell on the game, 5 points, just 1 for 4 shooting. That make is a 3, but 6 rebounds and a trio of assists. Also has 4 fouls. First one of the 1-and-1 is good. Big time make.
Big time minutes, big time shot there for Wendell, and he will get a chance to extend the Bomber lead to 9 on this free throw.
Wendell goes 2 for 2. Make it 76-67. Aiden Holmes checks in for defense.
Wally Fareed, Coach Fareed going offense, defense here. Holmes is a strong defender.
Harris to Almodovar, rushing up the floor. So they go back for a 3. Farrow fakes, drives inside. Greg Farrow fouled on the layup.
Jeremy, that's the one thing if you're Ithaca you do not want to do. Give Bart a chance to cut into the lead while the clock is stopped.
So there's no need really to contest them on a 2-point shot. It's not going to hurt you.
Absolutely, and if anything, I would just give them a 2-point look, as opposed to letting them stop the clock.
Because if you get sent back to the line, you could just match that easily, and you could afford to trade hoops if you're Ithaca with 29.3 to go.
Yeah.
Radovich will come in after the first for offense. Wendell at the table as well. First shot by Greg Farrow is up and good. Radovich and Wendell, like we said, in Wennerston as well. As Aiden Holmes out, and a timeout called by Bard. Obviously, the margin for error very slim if there is any at all, but what does Bard have to execute here down the stretch?
Yeah, Jeremy, if I was Bard's coach, I'd be telling them to trap on the baseline as soon as the ball is inbounded. You don't have to go for the foul right away. You can afford to take a second or two to see if Ithaca makes a bad decision. And over the course of the game, Jeremy, Ithaca has been sloppy and, quite frankly, sort of boneheaded with the ball at times. We've seen that on defensive rebounds, transition opportunities, throwing the ball away. So for me personally, I would play the numbers and try to force a Bomber turnover.
So again, 76-68. One more free throw coming up for Greg Farrow.
Yeah, and something to note here, Jeremy, 29.3 remaining. That is a considerable amount of time. So a lot could happen.
Yeah, lots of fouling, lots of three-pointer. But again, it doesn't change the fact if you're Bard, you got to make your shots.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
A lot has to happen, but still, we've seen crazier.
Absolutely have. And Ithaca 13 of 19 for free throws. And Jeremy, Bard getting to the line 23 times this afternoon. So they certainly have gotten the better of the whistle tonight. Second free throw for Farrow coming up now. Biggest free throw of the game for the sophomore guard.
Farrow with a second coming up from the line. It is up and good.
Will be Spellman inbounding. Let's see how Bard decides to play this here. And
full court pass out of bounds.
And Jeremy, that is the one thing that you cannot have if you're Ithaca. Run to the ball. No need to try anything like that. And surprising that Liam Spellman will make a decision like that. A senior forward, he's been through these situations before, and not just frankly not a good decision that time. And well, leaves the door open. Let's see what happens for Bard.
No time off the clock on that pass either. Almodovar on the inbound.
20 on the shot clock.
Goes to Heinze. Almodovar curls up. Heinze goes up, tries to draw contact. No good. Offensive rebound. No, but a foul. So Heinze will get 2, and he's 1 for 2 from the line today.
Sorry for the interruption, Jeremy. Wennerston not too happy with that call. He thought he had his hands straight up, but like it's happened a few times on both sides where the defender leans into offensive player, and the refs have been calling it. So Bard will get 2 free throws.
If you're Rowan Heinze, you need both. Takes a couple of dribbles. First one is up and too short.
Heinze, the junior forward from Granby, Connecticut.
Wendell and Radovich check in. A lot of points have been left on the board at the free throw line now for Bard. They're 13 for 25.
Yeah, and they certainly have gotten to the line, Jeremy, but not capitalizing on all their opportunities.
If they make their free throws, they might have the lead. As Heinze goes up and cannot get the roll. Rebound, Zach Warwick. He gets fouled.
What a turn of events. Bard with a chance to cut it to just 5. Can't come up empty on both shots, and that's going to hurt their chances of winning this game. Coach Fareed cannot be too happy with his team's execution in the last minute here, Jeremy. Errant passes, not great decisions, and Bombers could be a little tighter offensively, but still have a lead.
So Zach Warwick at the line for 2, where has not shot it today. Warwick is 0 for 5 from the field. All 5 of those attempts have come from behind the arc.
1-1 for Warwick.
First one up and no good. Heinze the rebound. Bard's got to run. Farrell, long 3, no good. Rebound, Almodovar off the foot of Wenerston, and Bard saves the possession. 11.4 to go.
Yeah, this is just both teams who wants it more. Great hustle, and really the last chance here for Bard, Jeremy. They gotta come up with a basket. 11 seconds left.
11.4 to go again. Harris, Almodovar, quick 3 from the corner, connects!
What a shot there. Door still open for Bard. 4-point game.
It's a 4-point game with 9.4 to go.
I think it has to be careful on this inbound.
Spellman, not a lot of room to go. Gives it to Warwick, back to Spellman, and a foul called on the pass. It looks like Liam Spellman will be going to the line where he has not appeared today. So potentially some rust could settle in. Again, Spellman with 5 points on just 2 shots today.
Yeah, Spellman, a senior forward, been through a lot of ups and downs during his Bomber tenure, and Coach Fareed trusting him to take 2 of the biggest free throws of the afternoon.
If he hits these, it's almost sealed because Bard needs 2 makes and 7.4 seconds. You might need a timeout to advance the ball. Regardless, it will be a 2-possession game. Spellman's first is up and rolls out. Heinze the rebound. Almodovar has to hurry. Goes it back up. Harris, tough 3. He's got it. Half a second to go. It's a 1-point game.
This is truly unbelievable, Jeremy. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. Bard down 6, 10 seconds left. Now it's a 1-point game.
Lucas, I think they're going to run out of time because Bard's only hope here is to steal the inbound and shoot it immediately.
Jeremy, half a second remaining. Just something to note. By rule, there is half a second is enough time to get off a catch and shoot.
Now, if you're Ithaca here, do you throw it up in the air and hope you have to tip it?
Jeremy, I would just throw it into the pack of defenders, and the time's going to expire off the clock regardless.
Throw it off a foot, maybe?
Yeah, throw it off of a back, a body part. It doesn't even matter. 0.8 actually they put on the clock now, interestingly. But still, Jeremy, anything under a second, it's not really enough time to do anything with a basketball. It's just pretty much getting it in, touching the skin of somebody, and then that's game. So yeah. Ithaca doesn't have to worry too much.
Well, the timeout will advance the ball, I believe, for Ithaca. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong there. And that will make it harder because even if Bard does get the steal, they'll have to turn their body, throw it up full court.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Coach Fareed plays this. Ithaca's been slightly shaky in close games to start the year, but they maintain a 1-point lead with the ball. And Jeremy, something to note as well, going from 0.5 to 0.8 does change the outlook of both teams.
Yes, they do add 0.3 to the clock. Now, again, still has to be a catch and shoot off a turnover. So Ithaca would really have to mess up here if they're going to surrender this one.
A demise of epic proportions, definitely, and unbelievable that this is the end of a game, just to reiterate.
Props to Bard, they really came to play.
Yeah. Spellman to inbound.
Spellman will take it. They do have to go the full length of the floor. My apologies. Spellman into Radovich, and he is fouled before the clock ran out.
How much time will be on the clock here, though,
That's
Jeremy?
the question. Remember, there has to be 0.3 for a catch and shoot.
By rule, yes. And the officials converging to decide how much time will be left on the clock.
Again, there's no video review.
Half a second.
That's a lot of time.
That is a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
Jeremy, if you were Ithaca here, would you purposely miss the second one so the loose ball goes to Ithaca and the time which expire off the clock?
You could purposely miss the second.
Yeah.
But you have to. You see Ithaca already, though, 3 guys back, so that's an automatic rebound for Bard if you do.
No timeouts for Bard either, though, Jeremy.
Radovic, it's up and no good.
What a game we have brewing here in Ben Light. And
Do you miss this now?
I would, Jeremy, simply for the fact they have no timeouts.
This is the longest half second in the history of basketball.
Absolutely.
Another timeout by Coach Fareed. As now after that missed free throw, lots to think about
Yeah.
on the sideline.
And the reason, Jeremy, the reason I say miss it is because you cannot get a shot full court half a second and get a look at the basket. So the game is in essence over if Radovic misses here.
Unless you get the rebound and immediately hoist one up. But that would take some heroics of another dimension.
Yeah, and you know, I do like saying crazier things have happened, but it would be virtually impossible. Ithaca all but salted away the victory today.
Again, a little crazy they added that much time back on the clock. They only said 0.3 went off the Radovic touch.
Good point there. It seemed like could have been argued more time went off as well.
Nonetheless, Radovic will have one more.
Again, this is a back-to-back Liberty League against Vassar last night, Bard today, home, and Ithaca looking to split the home and home at 1-1.
So here we go, Radovic back to the charity stripe. Ithaca puts Wendell, and Warwick at the free throw line ready to rebound. So they're setting more guys up front knowing you're going to have to maybe get a hand on the ball here.
And Jeremy, if Radovic misses off the front rim, it comes right back to him. Game is over.
If you're
as well.
Ithaca, do not foul. If you foul, Bard goes back to the line off a miss.
Great point, my friend. If I was Radovic, I would miss off back iron.
Radovic's free throw up, off back iron, no good. Rebound Mater Clark. The heave-ho is no good. I don't know if it would have counted, but nonetheless, Ithaca hangs on over Bard 76-75 and gets their first Liberty League win of the season.
Yeah, it has to be a great feeling for Coach Fareed and the Bombers pick up their first win in the Liberty League standings. A lot to go over for both teams after this game. Ithaca with some late game execution issues, but did just enough to maintain the victory.
Well, again, Ithaca 76, Bard 75. That'll do it from us here at the Ithaca Athletic Stream alongside Lucas Chaffett. I'm Jeremy Goldstein. Have a great rest of your weekend.